Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Ugh. Oh, my sinuses are kicking my butt today, you guys. But I've had quite a few people DM me and ask me about intermittent fasting and how I break my fast. Basically, I fast from 8 p.m. until 12 noon every day, except for one day I do whatever it is I want. And I can move my days around however I want to. I'm going on vacation in September. And so, obviously, I won't be following that same protocol. But for the most part, if I've got dinner with a friend or something like that and they want to meet at 7, and I know that we're probably going to be eating and drinking well after 8 p.m. So I will just switch my day off, or I will adjust my fasting schedule for that day. As long as I get 18 hours of fasting done, I'm Gucci, right? So might start my fast at 10 p.m. and not go off the fast until like 2 or 3, depending on what time I start the next day, as opposed to 12 noon, right? But here it is, just a little bit after 12, and I am breaking my fast with some naan bread. Right now, I'm not eating animal flesh. So, outside of fish, like I might have a little piece of salmon once a week or something like that. But for the most part, it's all veg and fruit, which I love. It's not a real big chore for me. So, I grew up on a farm, so I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. It's not that big of a deal. I actually made some chicken for my brother last night. I cooked a whole bunch of I sauteed a bunch of chicken for him, and I was a little nauseated. Right? Like I just didn't even want to deal with it. I get on those kicks every now and then where I just don't care for meat. I am the same way about excess. So if you put a waffle here in front of me and it's got like berries and cream and just a whole bunch of stuff on top, like chocolate syrup, like it's piled high, I actually find that a bit nauseating. I don't like massive amounts of food, and I don't like a lot of like over produced food. I think it's beautiful. I look at it in magazines and Instagram and stuff like that. I think it's gorgeous, but I would never order it off of a menu. If I ordered something off of a menu, honestly, even on my vacation, um, I eat quite a bit for breakfast. I like breakfast foods, but I will eat I will start with some avocado toast. I'll have, some type of egg veggie mix, like mushrooms, like a chop, not like a omelet. I like a chop. I want throw me some tomatoes in there, throw me some mushrooms in there, and she's Gucci, right? And then I might finish off with bagel and lox. I like something like small like that. But if you put all of it together in front of me, I probably won't eat any of it. I don't know what that's called. I don't know if I'm like overwhelmed by food, but I just don't like a lot at one time. They used to call me, my parents used to say I was like molasses. I was slow as molasses. I'm still a very slow eater, very, very slow eater. But if you put a lot of food in front of me, it just turns my stomach. I won't eat it. So I've got that going on. And like I said, once or twice a year, I'll get to the place where I just don't even want to deal with meat. I kind of want to smell it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to discuss it. There's nothing about it that I find appealing. Although the other day I did see a guy make a grilled cheese sandwich. He's like the grilled cheese expert. And he made it with a little chili, all meat chili, no beans. And I started getting ideas about how I could make sort of like a vegan chili hash almost with mushrooms and black beans, everything just chopped up and chickpeas and sauteed and then put on top of a sandwich with vegan cheese if you're vegan. Me personally, I'm not eating animal flesh. I'm trying to cut back on the dairy because I'm having a hard time with my sinuses, and I know that in mucus, and I know that um, dairy directly contributes to mucus production. That's what I want to say. So you can tell I need to break my fast, but I'm doing this video. But anyway, yeah, so um anyway, I thought about that kind of sandwich. I thought that's delicious, but it didn't turn me off that he was putting all that, it wasn't all that. It was a very well balanced sandwich, but he was putting meat on there. So it's not all meat. I just think, I don't know. I just get weird. A couple of 2, 3 times a year, I get real funny acting about what I eat. It's usually in the summer because heat for some reason puts me in this position where I don't like to eat a lot. I'm terrible at consuming a daily caloric intake in the summer. I know it's opposite for a lot of people, but for me it isn't. Like I could go all day without eating in the summer. So yeah. Anyway, this is how I break my fast. A lot of you guys have asked me about intermittent fasting, what I do. That's what I do, 8 p.m. to 12 noon every day. That's my, from 12 noon until 8 p.m. is my eat period. I can eat whatever I want. Right now I'm on fruits and vegetables. This is lemon water that I make. I got this jar from Amazon. It is a 56-ounce jar, and I absolutely love this jar. Like, I don't know how I got that crack in it, but it doesn't leak or anything. And I don't remember the price point of it, but I got several cracks in there, I guess. But it's obviously very tough. It doesn't leak or anything. This is actually the container I used to keep at my desk at work. I would get my water from the filtered system in the break room and bring it up to my office. And by the end of the day, I just have drunk this whole thing. It keeps it nice and cool. I keep a clay coaster underneath it. And you can get those from Dollar Tree. And what it does is it takes all the condensation, but it also stays cool, and it keeps your water like well water cool. If you're from the country, you know what I mean when I say well water cool. Anyway, I just continue to fill this container up every day once I drink it down. I've drunk this down for this morning because I haven't been feeling well, and it's not that I'm sick. It's just something's going on with my sinuses. Like when I lean my head down, I get dizzy. When I lean it back up, I get dizzy. And so typically when I'm not feeling well, what I will do is I will feed that feeling with water. Water, 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 water. And so I've drank this down this morning. I've got some in here to go with my break fast, and then I'm going to drink the rest down, and then I'll fill it back up. I keep a jug of cold water in the refrigerator, and I also buy a bag of lemons a week. And what I do is I go ahead and I squeeze all the lemons and I put them in a little mason jar, put it in the refrigerator. And then I just take a tablespoon. I put about 3 tablespoons of lemon juice in this container, fill it with cold water, and I put it in the fridge. And when I want water, I drink lemon water. It flushes your system. It just keeps your uh, kidneys flushed. It keeps you hydrated. It's not plain water. I also have another beverage that I drink that is cucumbers, uh, pineapple, cayenne, ginger, and lemon juice. And you blend it all up and you keep it in the refrigerator. And I drink that first thing in the morning. That's a daily flush, so that just flushes your gut, um, keeps you hydrated, keeps that bloat down in your body, and it keeps waste moving through your system. And I don't mean like a diet tea type situation. I mean, it just keeps me regular, keeps everything moving, 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 moving. So after this meal, I'll give it about 45, 50 minutes, maybe an hour. I don't know. And I will be going to the bathroom. And I like that because you learn how important it is. You don't really think about it when you're younger, but when you're older, it's so important to empty your bowels every day as much as you possibly can. And that just keeps you from having that, having all of that tightness in your belly. I will say that having a plant-based diet does give you a lot of gas. Drinking a lot of things that are healthy for you, natural juices, cucumbers, all of that, you're going to produce a lot of gas. And I don't mean belching, I mean farting. I'm just going to be honest with you. I got over it. At first, I was just like, oh, this is ridiculous. And then after a while, I remember thinking when I was in the Asian markets and sometimes when I would go to Middle Eastern markets, people would just fart. And I thought that was the most rude. It was so rude. How rude, right? But then I realized one, it's your body's way of releasing the pressure, and two, that's really what comes along with a natural, plant-based diet. A healthy diet is you pass gas a lot. What I have noticed is that because I'm not eating meat, my gas doesn't stink like that, right? Just FYI. Okay, so also, oh, I got a little rotten one in there. I'll put that out for the squirrels. But this is the last of my cherries, obviously. Um, cherries, I'm really on cherries hard right now. I have to be careful with cherries because cherries run me to the bathroom too. And I tend to crave them late at night. So on my day off, when I'm not, fasting, I will eat cherries as a late night snack when I want something sweet. Man, boy, you talking about a rumble in your a rumble and a tumble in your bumble, baby. That eating fruit after a certain hour, it starts to ferment and it just creates so much gas in your body. Um, you know, it is what it is, but usually my morning evolutions that I do, and when evacuating my bowels, it's pretty extensive, right? Like you get rid of it all, but man, it I love them. They're delicious. This season cherries are just friggin' amazing, like just super, super, super firm. I've been waiting on cherry season and I rock cherry season until the wheels fall off of it, like super duper firm. I mean, it's like eating a little sweet apple. So delicious. If you've not gotten into cherries this season, dude, get into your cherries. But anyway, avocado toast on naan bread. That is smoked paprika and a little seasoning that I make with smoked paprika. That is half of a sweet potato. Sweet potato is very filling. I got two that I put in the air fryer and I need to just consume it. So I'm eating half for breakfast. I'll eat half when I have my next meal. And it's got a little butter you can see there. I don't use margarine or any of those things. If I'm going to eat something, it's probably not going to be processed. I don't eat a lot of processed foods anymore. I try not to. I do have a Triscuit habit, that I need to get over. But I love Triscuits. But for the most part, this is real butter. And I keep it out on my counter in a butter dish. And I like it room temperature soft. There's also some nutmeg, cinnamon on there. And just the slightest bit drizzle of honey. I almost put like granola on there and some other stuff, but I think I'll save that for my next meal. Make sort of like a sweet potato yogurt granola crunch type thing. And my avocados, I've had them for a minute, but I cut it open, baby. I keep them in the fridge now. I used to keep them on the counter and they would go bad in 2 days. But now I keep them in the fridge and you see how beautiful and bright and green it is. And I toasted the naan bread in the air fryer. And I made this meal probably in, I don't know, 10 minutes, maybe. Man, that cherry is so good. So you guys, thank you guys so much for those of you who are tuning into my daily devotional. Again, I really appreciate you guys for doing that. I thank you so much for the comments that you leave me, not just down below in the video, but the comments that you guys leave me in my DMs on Instagram and stuff. Like, I really love you guys. You guys are super, super cool. Don't forget to check out the juice jar. And this is a 56 ounce one. It's at Amazon. This little cup keeps everything super cold. I also have a really big cup that keeps things cold that I take for travel. But this one, I like to have it to keep things cold. I just got this from the Dollar General, and I think it was like $5. Let's see here. Yeah, it's stemless tumbler. Yeah, I got it for $5 at the Dollar General, and I actually really love it. I just found it on my way out, checking out. I would have got 3 or 4 if I'd have known that they were that great. But yeah, that's it, you guys. This is how I break my fast, and I'm gonna break it now and get off with you guys. And maybe I'll come back for what I'm having for lunch. Maybe I'll hold that and do the video, but put together a whole separate video about what I have for lunch and what I have for dinner and snack and all of that. You guys, let me know if that's something you're interested in. If so, I'll come back with it. A little disappointed with the scale. I've not lost a whole lot of weight, like maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 pounds maybe. My brother says I should take the batteries out and put it back in, reset it or something. I haven't had the energy for that, but what I did notice, I put on some things yesterday that even prior to COVID fit a little snug on me, and they were super loose. I was like, what? So I don't know. It's weird that I'm not losing a lot of pounds. It's so odd. But definitely inches, bloat, swelling, all of that stuff is gone. My mom says she can always tell in my toes. Sorry, this is a cover that I throw on my table. How They're not fat and pudgy. They are actually, my feet aren't swollen. Like I don't know. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. My thoughts are clearer, and I have so much more energy. If I could just do away with this, my sleep pattern being off, and whatever this is I got floating around in my head that's giving me this a little bit of dizziness, if I can get rid of that, uh, I'll be fine. Like, I'm super, super happy with how the summer is going so far. You guys tell me what you think about what we've talked about. What do you think about the whole plant-based situation? Do you have any like food? I don't think it's a food phobia, but are you picky about anything food wise? Like I said, if you pile a bunch of stuff on, I won't eat it. I will not, I can't deal with it. You know what I mean? So if you bring a big plate of food out here and put it in the middle, and it's five or sixes of us, bring me my own plate. I'll take a little bit. But if you bring that whole thing and sit it in front of me, I'm not dealing with that. Like, that's gross. I don't care for that. What are some of your food um pet peeves? I'd like to know. Put it down below. All right, you guys, thanks for rocking with me for Break Fast. If you have any more questions about how I do my intermittent fasting or the apps that I use, I'd love to answer them. And ta-ta for now. Until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I holla.